You're going to have to bear with me because it's been literal years since I've done this. But we're gonna do it because it's important. So, my life has changed drastically since my last videos. I am now a divorced single mom. I used to make videos about the miscarriages that I experienced, pregnancy, and honestly, my last video, I was not doing too well already at that point. So I just stopped. But I stopped for many reasons. Whatever you want to portray to the world, you can do easily with social media, which is something that I honestly was doing. That's why when I came out about the truths of my marriage and my relationship, people were shocked. During the course of my relationship, I ignored my intuition. I suppressed it. I put those thoughts in the back of my mind because I didn't want to think about it and I didn't want to confront what I already knew and what I was already feeling within myself. Listening to your intuition, or that gut feeling that you get when something feels off. That feeling, don't ignore it. Listen to it. It's really easy when you're in a relationship to make excuses for your significant other or give the benefit of the doubt. At the end of the day, you truly are hurting yourself. And you'll either realize it sooner or years down the line. And years down the line could look like a marriage, a family, houses, children. There's so many outside factors that come into play. Listening to your intuition truly can save you years and years off of your life. For me, as an example, 8 years, to other people's stories that I've heard of 30 plus years. When I started to notice the red flags very early on in my relationship, I'm talking about first 3 months into the relationship, I ignored them. Also, your intuition is not overreacting. It's actually protecting you. Many people in toxic relationships second guess their gut feeling because they've been manipulated to question themselves, their own feelings, and their own thoughts. I experienced this way too often in my marriage. My intuition was telling me one thing, but he was telling me an entirely different thing. And when you're with somebody for literal years, they will learn how to manipulate you. They will learn what to say to you, how to turn it around onto you, that you're actually doing something wrong, not them, or you're crazy, you're so emotional. I've heard it all. It is such a horrible feeling. It is so bad when someone makes you question your own reality, and at the end of the day, you're just trying to literally protect yourself. Don't ignore the signs. Please do not ignore the signs. When they are there, don't ignore it. You'll, at least for me, I would feel it in my stomach. I would start to shake. I would get shivers. My anxiety would peak. That is your intuition telling you something's wrong, something's up. Ask, figure out. Do not ignore that. Please don't ignore that, because I did. And ignoring that for years caused such bad anxiety within myself. Panic attacks, you name it. That was ultimately a result of me ignoring my intuition and suppressing what I was thinking, what I was feeling, what my gut instinct was telling me. If you're in the type of relationship that I was in, you will question your intuition because that person wants you to. My intuition would tell me or push me to tell other people what was going on so that hopefully I could get their feedback. But if I'm being fully honest, I would completely filter what I was telling my friends or my family because I didn't want them to know the full truth. My intuition was telling me to tell other people or ask other people what they thought of my situation. Listen to that tiny voice because it may be little, but it is screaming at you. Don't ignore it. For example, when things were really bad in my marriage, and I'll go into that later, I would have this small, so tiny voice in my mind saying, one day it will be okay. You will be free from this. And that voice was so small, but like, I knew it was there. I just knew at one point I would be free from what I was living through. And that's exactly what happened. It took something really bad for that to happen, but it did. It happened. I listened to the voice. I did get out of that marriage and that very unhealthy relationship. All the experiences and knowledge that I'm going to bring up in these videos is from a time period of me being 19 years old to 26 years old. I experienced a lot to say the least during that time, but I didn't actually gain the knowledge of what was happening until after I left my marriage and went through extensive therapy to work through what I went through. I've held on to this video for months. Honestly, I've been afraid of what might come up by putting my story out there. I wasn't sure if it was the right time or if I was even ready. I'm learning that healing isn't perfect. I'm building something that is real, honest, and raw, and I would love for you to be a part of it.